This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show. I am so happy to introduce you to Tommy and Melissa Frazier. And it's kind of interesting that we should just start off talking about a brand new business in town. But Tommy, you're the pastor of Moldbreakers Fellowship.
Yes, ma'am.
And Melissa, you are the first lady of Moldbreakers Fellowship. But, you know, as pastor's wife, obviously you're in certainly a ministerial role as well. Been knowing you a long time through your folks, your sweet dad, Jim Stewart. So it is just wonderful to have a chance to sit down with the two of you and talk about something new that is in Waco. It's on Franklin. It is the Gallery.
Yes.
Which is a wonderful kind of a resale shop of vintage items.
Yes, ma'am.
Had a chance to wander in there a few weeks ago and found the green glasses that go with my 1970s green glasses. I think it's an Americana is the name of anyway, you know, pristine. I mean, beautiful condition. I have to admit, I've been putting mine in the dishwasher and they're kind of cloudy. I've been able to clean them up, but the ones I got from you all, beautiful. So wonderful place to go to find that thing you actually need or maybe something you don't need. So let's talk about the gallery first, and then we'll get into your ministry at Moldbreakers, which is amazing as well. Tommy, what kind of led you to open a business? And this is a part of the ministry of the church.
Yes, ma'am. It's actually owned by the church. It's not owned by Missy and I.
Okay.
And it's mainly to help supplement all the outreach things that we do in our community and in Waco, so that we're not taxing our members of our church so much when I come up with a harebrained idea, or when Nicole comes up with a harebrained idea saying, hey, can we bless this group or help this group, and it just helps bring more money into our ministry.
Mm-hmm. So it is located on Franklin.
Yes, ma'am.
The exact address 3114. So it's in that group of strip shopping center. Great location, easy parking, all that is great. But the name is so similar to the Craft Gallery,
right,
which we all remember from so many years that the Lees had over there off Highway 6, and it's now been taken into part of Valor Academy, I think. So they just decided to go ahead and shut that business down.
Yes.
So you had a connection with that, though, right?
Yeah, you know, we've known them for a while. We've had booths in the Craft Gallery, and so we've known the Lees, great people.
Yeah, Ralph and Diana.
Ralph and Diana, they're just awesome people. And so we were looking for a business to open under the church, and when they decided to close, we were like, this is a great opportunity for us. We did not want to go as big as they were.
Yeah, it was huge. I don't know how many vendors they had.
200 plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. We have about 35 to 40 is where we're at right now with vendors.
Some of the same ones or not?
Not a whole lot. We've
Really?
got maybe 4 or 5 of vendors that were at the Craft Gallery, but a lot of new vendors, a lot of vendors that came over from other places. And then a lot of them are new vendors that had never done it before, that Missy knows real well through the industry, through doing antiques and things like that. And Missy just reached out to them and said, hey, would y'all like to do this? And we really feel, man, God just brought the right people in.
Yeah. So, Missy, you've been doing this kind of collecting and reselling, repurposing things for a long time. What got you interested in doing that?
Well, I've always loved it. I think as a small girl, my mother loved old stuff and antiques and vintages. And I can remember, gosh, we have to go again to this store and sit in the car. But, you know, I've always liked it. I've always liked old stuff. And then I decided, hey, I think I can help other people find things. And so I started with a very little store on Franklin, probably 10 years ago. Very, very little. It was just in front of my mother-in-law's shop. Nobody really knew about it. And then my very first customer was Emily from Junk in the Trunk that had Junk in the Trunk for so many years. And I met her and she said, well, I'm going to open a little store over here on LaSalle. Would you like to move in with me? And I did. So I did that for several years. And then my dad got sick and I ended up stopping kind of doing everything because I was traveling a lot. And then I decided to go back and we chose the craft gallery because location, it was close, they had availability, and I didn't have a lot of stuff. And my goal was just to get rid of all my stuff that was left.
Mhm.
And then I got the itch again to do it. So here I am. Now we have our own store. So
Well, and so you have a beautiful variety of things. Is there a particular thing you really like to shop for, to provide? Is it more the antique furniture or collectibles or glass like I'm always looking for?
well, I like it all, but I'm very I like dishes. I love ironstone dishes. I love
Yeah.
crocks. I love all that kind of old world. I'm kind of now into the old world state. Like I like all the old world stuff, but I'll look for anything for anybody. And I think, when we started this, we really prayed about the right people coming in and being there. And there's such a variety in the store. In a small store with only 35 vendors, you can almost find anything. Anybody can find anything. So, what I don't provide in my space, somebody else will want to have. So, I think we have a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So Tommy, you tell me that you also had your own collectible things. What kind of things did you get
Mostly,
into? You said sports type
yeah,
things?
memorabilia, sports cards, years ago.
Ah.
And I mean years ago when this and I first were married, I had a baseball card shop here in Waco. And so I've had some of that stuff left over and I've collected over the years. And so I was selling on the internet, I was selling other places. And so this just gave us a venue to put that. And what we did with that is we took one separate room in the gallery and made it a collectibles room.
Okay.
And instead of it just being amongst everything else, we made just one separate room as just a collectible room. And I've got me and a couple other guys in there, and that they deal in some things I don't deal in.
Yeah.
But the kids love it, so that's awesome. And so we get a huge clientele in for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know Stephen Fisher?
I don't.
I was going to say he's kind of big into collecting cards and stuff. What's the most famous card you've ever dealt with?
Famous card I've dealt with.
Mhm.
Oh golly. I
You
wouldn't
hear
even
about
know.
some that bring
Oh.
huge amounts of money.
Yeah, I've never had any of those. I've had a few
Okay.
that have been 1,000. Like
Oh.
I've got a helmet right now in the store.
Oh, okay.
It's a signed helmet by Arch Manning, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning.
All
It's
three.
got all three of them on it. Yeah, and
Oh, wow.
that's pretty sweet. I've
Yeah.
got a Gronkowski helmet in there. I've got C.J. Stroud, the quarterback from Houston. I've got one of his helmets signed.
Mhm, mhm.
We've got a lot, and I'm just now going through a lot of stuff where we're going to get some stuff, a lot of NASCAR stuff. My stepfather, who just passed away, was big in NASCAR, and I'd already started liquidating some of his stuff anyway.
Mhm.
And now I'm going to liquidate all of it from my mom, and he's got some very expensive NASCAR products, stuff that he bought from. They traveled and went to all the tracks around the U.S.
Wow.
and so he got stuff that he bought from the tracks, from the places, and so some pretty good stuff. So it's going to be nice.
Yeah, yeah. My husband was on the board. In fact, he's president of the board of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. So I'm very aware of sports memorabilia. That's got kind of a whole nother level.
Yep.
But yes, when they would have the induction banquet and these athletes would come, it was a big thing for a lot of folks with their whatever it is they want them to sign.
Yeah.
Because verifying that it actually was signed by the athlete and take a picture and all that, that's a very important part of it.
Yeah, you want anything signed nowadays, you want it certified.
Yeah.
And you've got to get it. I won't buy, if I'm buying on the internet, I won't buy anything that's not certified. And there's about 5 different reputable certification companies out there that if it's done by one of them, it's legit. And I won't buy unless it's something. I was at a estate sale a few months ago, and they had a bunch of local guys like Alfred Anderson, the kid that went to Robinson that played for the Cowboys. I can't remember his name now. And the guy at the estate sale had a bunch of those cards signed. And because I kind of knew those guys and I know who they are, I knew they were legit.
Mhm.
And so I went and bought them, even though they weren't JSA certified, but I went ahead and got them and I mainly did that for me because I wanted them. I grew up watching Alfred play and watching those guys and Jason Tucker and those guys. So I wanted them just for me. So I bought them, but I usually will not buy, and anything in our store is certified.
Well, and I understand. Let me see. There's a way if maybe you have a collectible, and we don't have the Antiques Roadshow coming through very often, if ever.
If ever.
But there is an app that can let you know what an item is worth.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, how do you get more inventory? Do you go and look for it yourself, or do people bring things to you?
Most of my inventory I look for.
Okay.
Every once in a while, people will bring things in and say, "Are you interested in it?" But yes, there is an app. It's very easy to use. It tells you what year it was made. It can tell you so much information on that. It can tell you what it's worth. But the best thing, a lot of things will be worth a lot of money. But what are they selling for right now? In Waco, Texas, can I get that amount of money?
Right.
No. I do it because I love what I do. I love this stuff, and I want other people to love it. So I don't price my stuff really high like that because we're in Waco, for one thing. But another thing is I want to share my love for the things I do. So I'll look and see, oh, it's worth that. But let me look on eBay or somewhere like that to see, okay, what is it selling for today? And then I think if I get a blessing by getting something for $2 and it's worth $500, I'm going to say, okay, I'll get 100 because I want to bless somebody else. So I'm a little bit different than my husband because he really processes his stuff as collectibles. But I think in vintage stuff that we find at an estate sale or a garage sale, you're going to be amazed what you can find in a garage sale. On the side of the street, sometimes even, you can find stuff that, you can really get a good price for. And I want to pass that along to people. I still want to make some money for the church or for myself, but yeah, I pass that blessing on to somebody else.
Well, and it is a business.
Yep.
I mean, because you've got overhead, you've got, lights to keep on and rent and all that kind of thing. But you're also providing an opportunity for other people to have a business. What does that mean to you to be able to do that?
That's huge for me to give another person. And we've got, again, with some of the new vendors we have, a couple of young girls are doing it and just, in college, and they needed extra money. And so for them to be able to make some extra money and have fun with it. And a lot of those are our more crafty people that are doing some crafts in there, but that's huge. And again, everything we do, we want to try to bless somebody. And so if we can bless people, that's the main thing about it.
Yeah. When you and I met, I think it was through Shepherd's Heart.
Yeah.
Bob Gager, and we were at something at Things from the Heart,
Yep.
which is it is truly a thrift store.
It is.
A lot of clothes and all that kind of thing. And so I think you told me you were initially kind of thinking that might be the direction.
Yeah, we had thought
You
about
go.
doing a thrift store because Bob has done so well with Things from the Heart. I mean, it helps fund almost everything he does. And he had talked to me about it. Said, hey, yeah, go and open another one. It'll work. And but like you said, there's a lot of stuff comes through one of those. The way we have it at our place, we don't have to touch people's stuff. They bring their own stuff in, they set it up, and I don't have to have a bunch of volunteers back
Right.
there cleaning people's clothes and going through and throwing stuff away. And so it's easier with what we're doing. I can promise you that. Don't know that we're going to make as much money as Bob's making on that, but it's a lot easier the way we're doing it.
Yeah. The junior league used to have the penny pincher.
Yep.
And I remember that was not a placement you necessarily wanted it to get.
No.
But it's also a great thing for people like me that, if you're having to clean out a house
Yep.
or something, and to have someplace to take the stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, it might be something that they can make some money off of, and it might need to just go into the trash can. I'm not sure, but I hate to throw away something
Right.
that could have some value to it.
Yeah, you never know. You
Right.
You never know what has value. And like Missy said, it's crazy, but in Waco, Texas, like she said, even with the sports memorabilia, yeah, I have a set price on a lot of things, but it's really what people are willing to pay for it in Waco.
Yeah.
And so there's things I'll come down on stuff. I know if I can get it, I'll get it. And Missy's the same way. you got to see what it's going to sell for here, because there's stuff. I know if I was in Dallas right now, like I mentioned that helmet a while ago, I would probably have a $1,500 price tag on the helmet in Dallas.
Sure.
Because that's what it's worth. Here I've got it for a little more than half of that. So I mean, because we're in Waco, and
right.
but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good deal for somebody for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think people do like to shop bargains and like
They
to
do.
feel like they're getting a good deal
Yep.
on something. So the gallery though is not a place to bring your set of dishes you don't want anymore.
No, ma'am.
Maybe
No.
call you.
Maybe call me and say, "Are you interested?"
Yeah, I have a
Yes.
picture. You want
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Right. You could do that.
Especially if you have ironstone of transferware. but
Okay. All
only-
right. So yeah, note to self. All right.
Hey,
very good.
The only problem with that is though, it might end up at our house instead of in the gallery.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, a lot more I want to talk to you about Moldbreakers Fellowship
definitely.
and talk about that. But we're going to take a quick break. First, I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. They are your friends in the car business. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
hope or terminal lucidity. Clearer skies or heaven's own world that I don't understand. Can't take it all in, but I can take your hand, take my hand. Hold me close, lean into the moment. Life moves fast, easy to lose focus. All for the one that is holding my hand. This moment is ours, everything else be damned. Watching it all with you, nothing that we can do about cosmic forces, the ride and the torrent, no point in worrying. Caught up in dust, hold on, can't see which side we're on. Is the trembling from me or under my feet? Take my hand and see. Seasons change, no such thing as endings. Nothing's new except what we're feeling. All for the one that is holding my hand. This moment is ours. Everything else be damned. Watching it all with you. Nothing that we can do about cosmic forces, the ride and the torrent. No point in worrying. Caught up in dust, hold on, can't see which side we're on. Is it trembling for me or under my feet? Take my hand and see. Take my hand and see. Take my hand and see. Watching it all with you. Nothing that we can do is a trembling from me or under my feet. Take my hand and see.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we are back with Pastor Tommy Frazier and Missy Frazier. And, as I was mentioning earlier, we met through our friend Bob Gager and his wonderful ministry, which is Shepherd's Heart, Food Pantry, and, of course, Things from the Heart. And I can't even remember exactly what it was. You said it was something to do with toys.
Yeah, we helped Bob start 14, 15 years ago, I guess.
Uh-huh.
The Toys from the Heart program, where we took care of kids that were on the homeless list at Christmas. And we helped him start that and did it with him for about 12 years. And it was an awesome program. We got to bless. I mean, there was several of the last few years we did it, 2,500, 3,000 kids. I mean, so each Christmas. So great program.
Oh, the need that he describes to me every time he comes on the show, it just gets greater and greater.
It does.
And it's something we wish we could maybe put him out of business, right? It would be great. But one thing we'll always have a need for, and that's wonderful fellowships for believers. So tell me about Moldbreakers Fellowship, how you came up with that name, and about your ministry journey.
Yeah, when we started, my great-grandfather was a longtime pastor in Waco. And when we started the church 15 years ago, we started as the Lighthouse Church, and we were doing that. We did that for about 3 years. And I preached a series of messages about how when Jesus first stepped on the scene, he broke the mold.
Yeah.
And I preached it instead of from Matthew, from those first 4 chapters of Mark, where Jesus just stepped in and immediately he was healing people. He was doing things, doing his miracles and confronting the Pharisees and doing all those things. And man, I just really felt in my spirit that that's where we should be. And is that we got to be mold breakers. And if we're going to be what Jesus did. And so we changed the name of the church, rebranded everything. And that's what we've been ever since.
And where are you located?
We're at 7509 Fairway Road in Woodway, right in behind, it's right off of Bosque and Highway 6, right in that little neighborhood right there.
Okay. So really not too far from the craft gallery.
The old craft gallery, exactly, right in behind it.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to say that kind of in that neighborhood. Missy, I think you come from a heritage of strong Christian believers. Your dad, of course, renowned realtor. I mean, he talked about breaking the mold on real estate. That was Jim Stewart Realtors. But he taught the 2-year-olds at Highland Baptist Church, and all of my boys. God love him. He had those two. He loved doing that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Years. I don't know how many years they.
I don't know how many years.
I think close to 30 years they had the 2-year-olds. So it's It was a long, long time. I see people all the time that said, "Your dad was my child's," and sometimes they say that it was my 2-year-old teacher, Sunday school. Yes.
Yeah, you probably do hear that. Um, so did you dream growing up that you'd be in the pastorate like this?
No, I didn't at all. In fact, when I met Tommy in we met in high school, but we didn't end up getting back together till after college. But he said, "I'm never going to pastor." He was a youth pastor going through college and stuff, but he said, "I'm not going to pastor." He was a coach, a football coach. I always laugh and say it's a lot alike.
Yeah, probably
But
is.
he said, we moved away for about 12 years, mostly in the DFW area. And I think he'll tell you the same thing, but he just decided after 25 years, I'm really done with coaching. I'm going to retire. But his heart was for people. And we saw a need here in Waco to come back. And I think I'm even the one that said, "Hey, let's do it." Because he always said, I'm not going back to Waco. I'm never going to be a pastor. So we're going to do something like that. I'm like, well, so anyway, so here we are.
I love it when you say never say never.
Never say never. So here we are.
Yeah, God's got a sense of humor, and
Doesn't he?
you know, I did. I said we'd never move back to Waco. I would never pastor, and I've been doing ministry for 40 years. And I started when I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We did prison ministry. We did all kind of ministry, and of course, coaching to me was a ministry.
Sure.
And but I mean, I've been in every major prison in the state of Texas doing prison ministry, and so. But I love that. I love ministering. I love ministering to people. But I always said I don't want to pastor. I don't want to be responsible for people's day-to-day lives and things like that. And then after I retired from coaching, what brought us back to Waco really is my family-owned businesses, and they had gotten sick, and they said, "Hey, can you come help us run the business?"
Mm-hmm.
And so we were still living in Dallas, but I was commuting back and forth and helping them with the businesses, helping with things. Ended up just doing a Bible study with some people. And they were like, "You ever think about starting a church?" And my answer quick was no.
Are you kidding?
I will not do that. It's not happening. We can keep having these Bible studies,
Yeah.
But it's crazy because Missy, like she says, she's the one. She called me one day and she said, "Tom, when you get back up to Dallas, I really need to talk to you about something." And she goes, "I really feel we ought to go to Waco and you ought to start a church." And I was like, "No." And my whole deal was Missy was always my excuse. I'd always tell people Missy was a great coach's wife, and she was. I could have never asked for a better.
That's another calling as well.
Huge calling.
For sure.
And she was so good at it. Guys were at our house all the time and staying with us. But I always tell people she was a great coach's wife. I don't think she'd be a good pastor's wife. I don't think, And so I used her. I said, "You can't tell me I need to do this because you just took my excuse away." And so we did. We came here 15 years ago, started in a house. Was there a very short time. Then moved into a hotel. Then moved to another hotel, and then moved over to Lake Air Drive to our first little building.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a second building on Wooded Acres, and then we moved to the building we're in now. We started renting it, and then it was a small little Baptist church. They had dwindled down to about 5 people, all of them over 80. And the pastor came to me and he said, "Hey, do y'all want to buy the building?" And I was like, "Well, we'd love to buy the building, but I know what it's worth," because we'd already had it appraised and stuff. And he goes, "No, you don't understand. We want to really bless y'all." He goes, and they sold it to us for way less than what it was worth, and just took care of us. And what's funny is that little group, they still meet at our church every Sunday morning.
Okay.
They use one of the rooms, one of our Sunday school rooms, and they meet before we even start church. They go 8:30 to 9:30, and there's like 3 or 4 of them that still come there and meet every Sunday morning, and they love it, and we love having them there.
Yeah. That's fascinating. That's wonderfully. It's really neat that you've created a place though for folks to come and fellowship. And so tell me a little bit about the body of worshipers who are there.
Yeah.
Certain ages you kind of
all ages, all walks of life.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was one area that we wanted to break the mold in, is that we wanted everybody to feel welcome at Moldbreakers. And no matter, there's very few of them in Waco that are really, a lot of churches say they're multicultural and multiracial. I'll tell you how you know if that's the truth or not. look at their staff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them that maybe in their congregation they are,
Mm-hmm.
but then you look at their staff, they're really not. And we are, and we design that from the top down, that we're going to be multicultural, multiracial. And we started out with a pantry right off the bat, not a food pantry, because I'm a big believer in this. I believe in networking, which
Mm-hmm.
is, again, that's one area that the Lord really spoke to my heart about changing, breaking the mold. Churches, for some reason, don't want to work together. And I believe that's crazy. I think we should work together. And so that's why when I met Bob, I was like, let's partner. Let's do this. I'll never open a food pantry, but I'm going to help you with yours, and I'll send people to you.
Right.
And so there's no reason to open it when he's got a great one going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would rather partner with him. He's already got it going on. So other things, we partner with churches and try to do events with other churches. And I don't have a problem with that. I've never been the point that I'm afraid, well, if I partner with a church, somebody in my church might like their church better than ours. Okay, if they do, go. If they don't, I don't worry about that. But so that's an area that we're different in, and we reach out. We reach out to homeless. So a lot of our congregation are people that when they first came to our church, we give diapers away.
Mm-hmm.
And our criteria used to be, we're a little more lenient now. We do diaper. We have Saturdays where we just open up and give diapers away. But used to our whole criteria was you can come to our pantry, but you have to come to our church on Sunday, and we open it after church.
Yeah.
And so people would come to church, and they were just coming to get free diapers, and we knew that, and that was fine.
That's okay.
But
They're still hearing the gospel, right?
Once they kept coming,
Yeah.
now that's a lot of our people that are helping work in the pantry and helping us do things
Yeah.
because they end up getting saved. They end up trusting the Lord. And so now that's part of our congregation. And we love that. That's the kind of people. I'm not looking for the guy that's been in the church for 30 years I'm looking for those guys that are unchurched, that we can go out and win to the Lord and turn their lives around. And that's what's important to us. The other thing that's real important is like I said, the reason we started the gallery is because we believe huge that we're to take care of our community.
Yeah.
And I'm not against at all foreign missions. We do foreign missions. We do a lot with a guy in India and stuff. But I've seen it for years. Growing up, again, a lot of my family were pastors, being in Christian schools, because my whole 25 years of coaching, I did it in private Christian schools.
Mm-hmm.
So watching those things and watching the way people treated, I would work in schools where we had no money to pay our teachers. We had no money to buy a notebook if we needed it. But that church was sending $1 million overseas and bragging about it. And I'm like, this is our number one ministry. We're ministering to people.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing we hadn't talked about is we've opened a Christian school at our church now. We're in our 3rd year, and it's thriving. It's going
really?
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
What
getting,
grades are you doing?
K through 12, and we're
okay.
getting kids in. But again, we're getting those marginalized kids. They can't afford the bigger private schools. They
Right.
can't.
That's very expensive.
But they need a private school
Mhm.
because of what's going on in their life or for some other reason.
Yeah.
And I told our church when we did it, it's going to be one of our main focuses because,
Yeah.
and we're going to put money into it. The church is going to put money into it, and we're going to help people and help kids out and help families out. That's what we're about. And what we've seen happen, and this is what I used to tell people years ago, that they wouldn't put money in their schools. And I'm like, what you don't understand is these are families you can minister to. We've probably had, just in the last 2 years from our school, 6 or 7 families that did not know the Lord at all,
Mm-hmm.
that have their kids started coming to our church, coming to our youth. They start coming to church, they end up getting saved.
Yeah.
And we got one, and I'll tell you a quick story. Sweet little Hispanic lady brought her 2 sons to our school. And so I'm at church, and she started come down and got saved. She had never really been in church, was raised Catholic, but really didn't go to church. And one Sunday, I'm like, I'm almost getting like a little frustrated. Our building's not very big. And I hear her, she's back there talking the whole time I'm preaching. And she's got her mother is with her, 80-something years old. After I get through preaching, she brings her to the altar. And she says, I'm so sorry if I interrupted you, but I was interpreting for my mom.
She was translating, yeah.
And she said, and she wants to give her life to Jesus. And so I got to lead her through her interpreting, through her daughter interpreting to her. I got to lead her to Jesus that day. But that's a family that if we had not opened the school, I don't know if that would ever happen.
Right.
And
Right.
so I believe in doing missionary work at home and doing
Yeah.
it. Like I said, we'll help other countries and stuff, but I believe you got to put money into where you're at.
Yeah, charity begins at home, as they say.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's wonderful though that you've opened this business now on Franklin. Again, that address is 3114
Yes.
Franklin Avenue, the gallery, and this is a place for you to go and find some wonderful collectible items. You know, if you might be something on your list, like I need a new pitcher for iced tea.
Yeah.
You can find something beautiful there. Or if you're into the more other kind of collectibles, like Tommy specializes as well. But do you have future hopes for that space, or maybe to expand? You're keeping it to 30-something vendors, right?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. And when we first opened, we have a backspace, and we said we're going to turn that into like a party room, and we actually already did that.
Mhm.
We've had some people in our church that used it for birthday parties and stuff like that. But we've gotten new vendors in, and we need more space. So Melissa said, I'm moving my stuff out of my booth to the back. And I was like, well, but we had plans. And she was, well, let's just go ahead and add more vendors in. So we've already changed. We've already, and so now we're going to open the back part up and put more vendors in there. And yeah, you know, we're kind of locked where we're at unless something happens. The left side of us, nothing's happening there. We're beside Golden Books, and that's a staple here in Waco.
Oh, I know.
You know, they've been almost 40 years. Donna that owns that is an awesome lady. And what I've learned through being next door to her is because we get a lot of her customers she'll tell them, hey, go next door to, over there to the gallery. But what I've learned is there are people that come from all over the country to go to Golden Books. I mean, we've had, in the last 2 weeks, had people from Minnesota, from Michigan, Florida, from Houston that have come in there. Oh yeah, we're here because we drive up here and come to Golden Books all the time because they have books that we can't get anywhere else. And so that's a huge blessing that we're sitting beside them. So they're not going anywhere, I'm pretty sure. Now next door on the other side is a karate school. Maybe something will happen there, and we can, if they do, then I'll definitely
kind of.
I'll say, hey, you know, we'll take over more of it and make it larger. But right now, I think we're the right size because we're not too big. I think that's what happens when people get too big. There's a couple of new ones also that come into Waco that got real big real quick, and people are saying, man, we walk in there, we get lost. And at our place, you're not going to get lost.
Some of those places you can wander, seems like, for days.
Oh yeah,
Oh, this thing just keeps going on. And but it's so much fun to see things that you grew up with, things that were at your grandmother's house. And you're like, oh, that little, like a little can of a spice or something, you know, that they're getting $5 for. I mean, some of that stuff just sort of blows my mind.
Oh, mine too.
But it's what a fun thing. But you got to have staff. I mean, you've got some managerial things that got to happen and all that sort of thing. So I presume you've got a real good framework of staff.
We do. We have two ladies that work for us. One of them was going to be here today, but she's in college and she's doing ag science, and she's at A&M. And her professor told her she had to stay and do a project.
Oh,
today,
well,
so,
maybe next time we'll get her.
But she, Sarah's awesome. She does all of our TikToks for us, and people just love her. She's got that little Southern drawl, and people love that. But her and then another lady in our church that just a unique story. Just kind of got out of the business field and had kind of, I just got to take a break. And then all of a sudden we needed somebody. So I'd love to do that.
Good.
And so we've been blessed. We got 2 employees there, and then we are in and out all the time. Then we have people from the church. If we need something else done, people from the church come in and help us do it. We got to move stuff or do anything. And then, because it's their mission. That's one thing about our church that, again, if you want to talk about different national average, and I read about this stuff all the time, is that when you're in a church, you only get about 10% of your people in a church that will help you do anything.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just going to show up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We run at our church at Moldbreakers at about 75 of our people % will help anything we do. And they'll jump in and do stuff with us and help us. And again, that's by design. I preach very, and I've had people leave our church because of it, but I preach, if you want to just sit on a pew and feel happy, there's a lot of good churches in Waco. Go find you one. But if you want to actually be the body of Christ and do something for Christ, Moldbreakers is where you need to be.
Mm-hmm. Be the hands and feet.
That's it.
Of our Lord, for sure. And, you can even be a part of that just by going and shopping.
That definitely.
Who's
you
with
can.
me?
There you go. Let's go shopping.
Nothing better than that, right? We call
Well-
it and shopping for a purpose.
Shopping for a
And
purpose.
so
Absolutely.
it's more than just, going in and saying, I'm going to find something. I'm going to actually bless somebody
Yeah.
along the way too. So
Well, that makes me feel good. I didn't even really know all that when I bought my glasses,
Yeah.
that I was so thrilled with how they were
We-
just what I needed.
come see us
And
again.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So now this makes me feel even better.
I want Missy to talk about what you see when you first walk in, though.
Yeah.
There's something special in the gallery that no other place in Waco has.
Okay. Tell me.
So talk about it.
We have a prayer wall, and it's when you first walk in the door, and there's little pieces of paper, and you can put a prayer. And it was just amazing to me from the first person who walked in our door that just went, and she put something on the prayer wall, and we actually pray for those every time we come in. Sarah prays every day, and we just want people to know this is an experience more than just a shopping experience. It's an experience that you're going to be met with love and prayer. And there's people. Sarah called me one day and talked to a family who just had a son that was accidentally shot and was in the hospital. And she was just, her mother had gotten her out and brought her in. And we were able to pray with her and pray for her son. And it was just, that's what we wanted to do. That was my goal, is to have a place where we could help others and just shine the light of Jesus and the love of Jesus through it. So what better is to shop and show Jesus, the two best things in life.
Yeah.
That's right.
We were getting ready for our soft opening, and we were up there that night getting everything ready, and the door opened up, and a lady walked in, and she was from another city. And she said, "Can I come in and shop?" And we're like, "Well, we're not open. We don't even have our POS system working." And so, but you just go ahead and look. So she gets looking around. All of a sudden, she starts just picking up things. And she talks to Missy, and she says, "Hey," she says, "I'm from another city. I'm here." She goes, I can't come back for a while, but I really want to buy some of this stuff. Is there any way we can do this?" And then she begins to tell Missy her story. She was retired. She goes, and Missy had showed her the prayer wall when she come in. And she said, "I'm a retired school teacher." She goes, "And I thought when I retired, I'd worked 30-something years putting all this into working and taking care of kids. I thought I would travel and have a great time when I retired. 6 months after I retired, I was diagnosed with cancer." And she looked at Missy and she goes, "Can I be the first one to put a prayer request on your wall?" And Missy was like, "Heck yeah." So she put it on there, and it's still there. And we pray for this lady, and she comes in. So I was like, "Look, here's the deal. If you got cash, I'll handwrite everything and make sure all the money goes to which vendor you buy it
the
from."
vendors that need it.
And she did. We let her buy stuff that night.
Aw.
But it was the biggest part of the testimony is, man, we got the opportunity to pray with her right there. But then also we pray over the fact of that she's going through this tragedy. And so that's what we're about.
Yeah. Well, I'm delighted that we've had a chance to talk about this. The gallery, again, is a place you need to check out at 3114 Franklin Avenue. And Moldbreakers Fellowship, when are your services?
We're at 10:30 Sunday morning.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday night, we do a lot of various different things. We have youth at the church on Wednesday night
Yeah.
at 6:30. But we do home groups. We do community outreach on Wednesday night. We'll go a lot of times. Our Wednesday nights are really crazy. We'll go, Nicole is our outreach director, and she sets all this up. We'll go into a restaurant, and all of us will just show up, 20 or 30 of us, and we'll just pitch in 20, 40, $50, and then the next 200 people that walk in, we just buy their meals. And
Wow.
that's one of our Wednesday night services. That's again, it's getting
That's
out
precious,
there.
yeah.
It's to me, showing people
Yeah.
how to do what God told us to do instead of just every Sunday morning telling them how to do it is a lot easier and it's a lot better, and we're blessing people. So
Yeah.
like I said, our Wednesday nights are really crazy. The only thing that's set in stone on Wednesday is, like I said, youth meets there.
Mhm.
Our youth kids meet, and they have their service and do their thing on Wednesday night. But all the rest of the time, we either do a home group or we'll go out to a restaurant, or we'll go bless people. Sometimes we'll go and bless, and we'll say, okay, we'll go to a sit-down restaurant. And and one of the nights, it was so cool. We had a young girl that her grandmother just passed away, and she was our waitress, and she was doing such a good job. And I was like, "You're doing such a great job," and we all just pitched in and gave her, I can't even remember what the amount was, but a huge tip at the end. And she started weeping. She said, I didn't have money. I needed to go. I've got to go tomorrow. I've got to leave tomorrow. And she's a young Baylor student. She said, my grandmother just passed. I've got to go tomorrow, try to get to where the funeral, it's in the state. She said, this right here is what we're going to, we didn't know that when we walked in, but God knew.
Answering that need.
So that's the kind of stuff we do right there.
Oh, what a great way to live.
It's fun.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Ann.
being with us. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.